During the 7 years when I suffered from adult acne, I had wasted so much money on skincare products, seen 4 different dermatologists, received medical treatments including Isotretinoin, commonly known as Accutane. During this process, there were quite a few major mistakes that I really wish I could have avoided earlier. If not for them, I wouldn't have suffered for so long. The following mistakes are in an order from beginning to advanced levels. The last few are very important because they affect not just your skin but also your overall health. And if you want to clear up your acne for good, make sure to stay to the end. Mistake number 1, trying to hide my pimples instead of treating them at the beginning of my breakout. Acne is easy to treat at the beginning stage, but when our skin just starts breaking out, our first reaction is always to hide it with makeup. However, doing so will only make your acne worse. Most foundations and concealers can cause oil buildup on your skin and clog your pores further. I remember when my skin just started breaking out, I went straight to Sephora and asked the salesperson there for the best full coverage foundations and concealers. I got a quite expensive one from a popular brand and the concealing result was fantastic. My face looked flawless. However, this fix was just temporary. As my pores got more and more clogged, and my acne just got worse and worse until I couldn't hide it anymore. Some people may recommend makeups with the label Non-Comedogenic for acne-prone skin. They are supposed to be safer, but there's no 100% guarantee. That's because non-comedogenic is more like a marketing term and there's no FDA standards or regulations to verify it. So even if your makeup is labeled as non-comedogenic, you should still use as little as possible. Mistake number 2, trying out a bunch of new skincare products or acne treatments in a short period of time. When acne first appears, it's quite common for many of us to go online and search for some quick fix. We will probably end up buying a bunch of new skincare and acne products recommended by skincare bloggers or influencers. But the problem is, when we are breaking out, our skin barrier is already compromised and inflamed. If you switch to a bunch of new skincare products or use different over-the-counter acne treatments at the same time or in a short period like a month or 2, you will risk damaging your skin barrier further. I remember when I first tried to treat my acne at the beginning, I used a facial cleansing brush, a quite expensive one, costing more than $100 because it's recommended by my friend and many other skincare gurus, together with an acne cleanser, followed by other acne-fighting toner, serum, moisturizer, acne cream, and then clarifying mask a couple times a week. But guess what? After spending so much money on these products, my acne continued getting much worse and my skin barrier was totally wrecked. Later, I realized that my skin simply could not tolerate all these new skincare and acne products in just a short period of time. So I ended up with not just more acne, but also a sensitized and a damaged skin barrier. Mistake number 3, not protecting my skin from hard water. Do you know that cleansing with hard water can make your acne worse and harder to heal? In the past, I had no idea about hard water and how it can affect my skin and hair until I moved to Chicago, where the tap water here is rated as extremely hard. And in fact, about 85% of the United States and Canada and many parts of Europe have hard water. So if you live in a city with hard water, it may be one of the reasons why your acne is so hard to clear up. I have another video, especially about hard water solutions for skin and hair. So if that's your concern, make sure to check it out. Mistake number 4, waiting too long before seeing a dermatologist. Among all the mistakes that I made, this is probably the one that I regret most because it has resulted in permanent scars on my face. If your acne is severe or you have cystic acne, you should go see a dermatologist as soon as possible. Severe or cystic acne is most likely to leave scars and is hardest to treat. So no over-the-counter acne products can work, and trying to treat it by yourself at home is just a waste of time and will only delay the healing process of your cystic acne. Mistake number 5. Not getting a second opinion if you have doubt about your current acne treatment. Seeing a dermatologist is important, but not all dermatologists are equal and right for you. So it's the same important to get a second opinion if you suspect that the current treatment you are getting is not what you want. Take my lessons, for example. The first dermatologist I went to prescribed me Isotretinoin or Accutane to treat one single big cyst I had at the time. Although I was well aware about the potential dangerous side effects of taking Accutane, I didn't expect the purging to be so bad. My face went from one single cyst to full-blown breakouts all over my face. It was like hell, and I got so depressed that I didn't go out or see anyone for the entire month. Now looking back, if I had known about the corticosteroid injection that can flatten my cyst within just 2 to 3 days, I would have definitely chosen it instead of taking a full course of Accutane. My skin was good for about a year and a half, and then it started breaking out again. So I went to see a different dermatologist who put me on spironolactone and oral antibiotics for 9 months together with tretinoin and other topical acne cream. My skin got all clear up, but it started breaking out again just months after I finished this treatment. So I went back to this dermatologist, and she put me on oral antibiotics for a second round of 9 months. At that time, I had already done some research about other acne treatment options. So I asked her if I can take spironolactone to balance my hormones instead, because I was afraid of antibiotic resistance. But she assured me no worries. So I listened to her, although I still had doubts, and I got on oral antibiotics again. Months later, I went to see a different dermatologist for my hair loss concern. At the end of my appointment, I told him about my acne and the oral antibiotics I was taking. He confirmed my suspicion about antibiotic resistance and asked me to stop taking them. He then prescribed me spironolactone that can treat both my acne and my hair loss. So if you have doubt about the current treatment you are getting, you should definitely see a different doctor for a second opinion and compare different treatment options to choose the best one that works for you. Mistake number 6, only relying on your doctor but not doing your part to find out and tackle the root causes of your acne. Doctors can help you treat the symptoms and get your acne under control. But if you want to clear up your skin completely and prevent your acne from coming back, you also need to do your part to find out and tackle the root causes. Whether it is an unhealthy lifestyle, the foods in your diet, or high stress from work or relationship, or even some underlying medical conditions, you need to find out what the root causes are and tackle them. Just like myself in the past, when I stopped taking oral antibiotics, my skin started breaking out again just months later. When I switched to spironolactone, my acne was under control but still never 100% clear up. Even with Accutane, the strongest and the only medication said to be the closest thing to an acne cure, there were still multiple studies showing that many people see their acne come back within 1 to 2 years after completing Accutane treatment, which was exactly my case. It wasn't until I made every effort to improve my diet and lifestyle, my sleep quality, got rid of that high stress from my work, and improved my living environment, I finally managed to clear up my skin completely and have been maintaining the results ever since. If you need some help to find out the root causes of your acne, I also have other videos that you can check out later. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon in the next one.